Welcome to the Sustainable CT Actions and Impact Review for March 2023. Brought to you in part by our good friends at the Hampshire Foundation. Remember, the Hampshire Foundation funds partners who are finding pathways to rapidly reduce greenhouse gas emissions and helps people build resilience against poverty and climate change. And we are oh so glad they do. We've hired six brand new equity coaches, highly talented, socially and professionally astute. Our cohort of equity coaches will bring a fresh perspective and critical support to towns seeking to enhance their approach to equity. A community can be paired with a sustainable CT equity coach through our no-cost assistance program to lay out a process to complete actions in our inclusive and equitable community impacts category. Meet our equity coaches and learn all about this remarkable free program at sustainableCT.org. Speaking of equity, the Hartford Courant has a great piece on the discussions the town of Marlborough is having about inclusive and equitable community impacts. Check that out. The Connecticut Department of Economic and Community Development has announced round 3 of its Connecticut Communities Grant Program. And we're talking about $1 million to $10 million per project here. Yowza! So do not miss this May 3rd deadline. The U.S. Department of Energy has a new opportunity for 60 teams to win a prize of $200 to $400K, plus technical assistance to support the transformation of existing U.S. buildings into more energy-efficient and clean, energy-ready homes, commercial spaces, and communities. ACEEE, that's the American Council for the Energy Efficient Economy, is hosting webinars on March 7th at 1 p.m. and March 9th at 12 noon to discuss the prize. For your edification, your enlightenment, and your entertainment too, it's The Impact, a Sustainable CT podcast. This month, we go zooming with John Elsesser, the long-serving town manager of Coventry. We haven't had this much fun since Harry met Sally. The Impact is available March 15th at sustainableCT.org and wherever you get your podcasts. DEEP, the Connecticut Department of Energy and Environmental Protection, is taking the next steps in waste management. They've produced a comprehensive materials management strategy draft amendment, which you can comment on until March 10th. They've got $1.5 million available in state grant funding through the Sustainable Materials Management Grant Program, with applications due by March 31st. And they've got a request for information to solicit input on materials management infrastructure. A listening session for that is on March 14th, and concept papers and public comments are due on April 14th. Sustainable CT and Actions and Impact, this very newsletter, and me speaking to you right now, it's all made possible in part by the Tremaine Foundation. That's right, the Emily Hall Tremaine Foundation seeks and funds innovative projects that advance solutions to basic and enduring problems, and that's a very good thing. Remember, Sustainable CT is independently funded. We don't receive money from government or from a university, not even from a magical unicorn rainbow money tree. No, sir, but you can be a Sustainable CT sponsor. Find out how at sustainableCT.org. You'll be glad you did. Oh, don't think spring just yet there, sunshine. Sustainability in winter operations is more important than ever, and we have a Sustainable CT webinar on sustainable snow management to help winter maintenance professionals employ best practices and maximize their operations for fiscal and environmental stewardship. Plus, you can get points toward certification in Sustainable CT Action 3.14, Implement Sustainable Snow Management, NATCH. Check out the webinar on March 9th, 1 to 2 p.m. Over in the Community Match Fund Corner, we're excited to announce a series of 6 regional community leadership and action conferences, starting on Saturday, May 20th, from 10 to 5 at the Free Center in Middletown, Connecticut. Our goal is to bring the Community Match Fund closer to leaders and neighborhoods while providing a platform for turning ideas into initiatives through funding, support, and action. Find out more about it at, you guessed it, sustainableCT.org. Our Community Leadership and Action conferences are generously sponsored by the good people at Posigen. Posigen is the nation's leading residential solar energy efficiency and energy education provider for underserved communities. Learn more about Posigen at Posigen.com. Do you have a passion for clean energy and the environment, a commitment to social change, or just a wish to give people in your town an event to be proud of? Well, you want to reach out to our electrifying Joseph Dickerson, Sustainable CT's Community Match Fund Manager, at funding@sustainableCT.org. And don't forget to register for this month's Community Match Fund office hours on March 15th from 12 to 1. You know where to do that at sustainableCT.org. And speaking of solar, the next in our Climate Leader webinar series is streamlining solar permitting in your community. Hear from representatives from the Great Plains Institute and Cadmus as they discuss the SolSmart designation program and how they can help your community achieve national recognition at no cost. No cost! March 22nd, 11 to noon. First workshop in our Spring 2023 Virtual Equity Training Series is coming up on March 28th at 10 a.m. The series begins with Managing Unconscious Bias, something we could all use a little guidance on, no doubt. This free 3-part virtual equity workshop series provides a comprehensive framework of racial equity, diversity, and inclusion. Attendance at all 3 sessions is required. They run from 10 a.m. to noon on March 28th, April 25th, and May 23rd. These are live online trainings and will not be recorded. Attendance is capped at 35 too, so get on over to sustainablect.org to register today. Hey, Save the Sound is looking for a Director of Land Protection and Resilience. Does that sound like you? Get your application in. And Aaron Kenny at the CT Post shares 7 steps to go solar in Connecticut, from understanding federal and state cost incentives to estimating process hacks. A great piece, check that out. Believe it or not, the spring certification deadline is just a month away, April 4th. Join us for our next coffee hour when we'll bring you quick tips for application submission, including reminders of tools to track your progress, available resources and supports, and of course, an opportunity to ask questions. We can do this. Register for the Java at sustainablect.org. Remember, you can join Sustainable CT for informal discussions most third Fridays of each month at 10 a.m. We share program updates and resources, explore your questions, and strengthen the network of Sustainable CT champions. These sessions are always free, and you know that free is good and open to all. Finally, we have something really fun to talk about, our spring into summer celebration, generously sponsored by Energy Source. Save the date, or better yet, register today to party with us at the Glastonbury Boathouse on June 1st. They'll be here before you know it, from 3 to 6 p.m. when we'll be celebrating the newness of things. Come meet our new equity coaches and our newest class of Sustainable CT Fellows. We'll be honoring our newest cohort of certified communities, too, with the participation of our board of directors and the entire Sustainable CT team, including yours truly. We'll provide music, light fare, and good cheer as we revel in Glastonbury's Brownfield to Boathouse success story. Yeah, you want to see this. It's amazing. Come to sustainablect.org to register today and help us spring into summer. You can read all about it in this month's exciting edition of Actions and Impact, the official Sustainable CT newsletter, except no substitutes. Do yourself a favor and subscribe. And you can do that where we're 100% chatbot free. Yeah, at sustainablect.org.